Okay, good evening, class. Like I said, or like I posted on the Google Classroom, today we'll be talking about OSINT. The full meaning of OSINT is open source intelligence. And what is OSINT? Before I move into the technical definition of OSINT, let me describe what we are talking about. Let's assume you are a guy, you are a young guy, and you have a crush on a girl or on a lady. Now, what do? You would most likely ask for her name, probably from her or from someone else. Next thing is you would most likely want to stalk her, like check out her Facebook photos, check out um different things about her. Like, okay, from her Facebook, can I get her Instagram account? Can I see her pictures and stuffs like that? So now, what are you doing? You are basically gathering publicly available information. Now, that technology can also be employed in cybersecurity. Now, what does it mean in cybersecurity? That's in a more technical term. We can say OSINT is like the process of gathering and analyzing publicly available information to assess threats, make decisions, or answer specific questions. Now, let me put forward this question. Let's assume you were given an IP address. You were given an IP address. Can someone tell me the name of one specific tool that we use for port scanning? We use to gather information about the ports that are running on that company's system.
Okay. Okay, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, that is the software, the application is Nmap.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Nmap is actually a very strong tool used for networking. That's OSINT when it comes to networking. You want to get more information about the ports running on the company's system or server or whatever it is. Now, the same idea is used in cybersecurity generally. So the moment you gather information, mind you, the important point is publicly available information, not information that is private, publicly available information. The moment you do something like that, you're actually engaging in what we call OSINT. Yeah. So many organizations actually use OSINT as a cybersecurity tool to help gauge security risk and identify vulnerabilities in their systems. Also, the same way organizations use it, that's the same way cyber criminals and hackers use OSINT technique for social engineering, phishing, and exposing targets for cyber attacks. Now, the question is, how does OSINT work? There are different formats or different ways in which OSINT work. Let's even think back, like, okay, how did they start this OSINT or whatever? Let's trace it back to, if you can remember, I think 1945 or thereabouts, when the 1945 or 47, I think it's 45. This World War II. They don't just go out there to fight war. No, what they do, all these trained experts, intelligence community, they've monitored open source information such as radio broadcast, like intercepting radio broadcast, even newspapers. Now, today, as a result of the, let me say, publicly available information or the interconnectedness of devices, OSINT has actually taken like a different dimension. Now, some public, we like call them tools or public sources. Let me use the word sources. Some public sources whereby you can collect information or collect this thing. We have internet search engine. A very good example is Google. I need another person to give me like an example of a search engine. The popular one that we know is Google, but I need you to tell me another one. Which other one do we have?
Firefox.
Bing. Thank you very
Firefox.
much. Bing. Another one. Please give me 1 minute. I'm trying to like mute. I noticed that a good number of us joined the class before I put that setting there. So just 1 minute while I mute so that I know that I'm going to like call upon you to answer the question. So somebody mentioned Bing, which is correct. Bing is a search engine. Matthew Edit, let me hear from you. Which other one do you know? Matthew Edit. Not saying anything. Daniel, which other one do you know?
Dog, DuckDuckGo. I think DuckDuckGo is one of the safest browser out there.
Sorry, come again. Increase your volume. I can't hear you.
DuckDuckGo.
Okay.
I think it's one of the safest browser out there too.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I'll still talk about it later. Thank you. Good. So we have Bing, we have DuckDuckGo, we have Yahoo, which everyone knows about or you must have heard about. We have Google, which I'm sure almost everybody here is using, including myself, but not all the time. Yeah. So we have different social media accounts for those of us, for those not for those of us, for those that stalk social media accounts. We have the dark web. I'll talk about the dark web later on. We have like government record, academic searches, and the like of them. Now the question is, how do you use OSINT? How is OSINT used to um, uncover information? Good. So now there is one popular tool known as OSINT framework. I'm going to share my screen now so you see what I am talking about. Okay. Sorry, that's not what I meant to see. Okay, good. So let's check out OSINT framework. Now you can see this tool is a very popular tool and very, very useful. You can see this is the website, OSINT framework. Please, can you all see my screen? I need to be sure so that because I don't want anybody to miss this part. It's actually very, very vital. Um, Babalola, confirm you can see what I'm showing you and you can hear me
Yes, sir.
clearly.
Confirm.
Okay.
100%.
Now, going back, now this is OSINT framework. What it does is that it's going to offer you like different websites, web website most especially or services that actually can assist in all these topics mentioned here. So be it username, you have username of somebody. We are going to test some of them and see what it is for us. So be it username of somebody that you have, or the email address, or different aspects. So let's start with username. See, you know someone's username. So you go to username search engine or specific site. Let's check username search engine. So these are the different websites. See, if it is showing this colored line, it means that it still has like more directories. That's more folders. Or just let's use the word directory, more directories. But then the moment it's showing you this white stuff, it means that's actually the end of the road for it. Like if you click on it, the next thing that's going to bring to you is like a website or web page, depending. So these sites now, take for example, you want to get more information about someone's username, you can check any of these sites, you would get more information about. Let's check one of them. Let's check username. It's going to bring out the website for us. So in that website, we'll go there and let's see what it does for us. If it's taking too much time to load, some of them might not be functioning. It's possible. Let's check the first one that it gave us. What's my name dot app? We check the second one also. depending on the one that goes first, we are fine. Anyone that goes first, we just use it for example. Now, this one has loaded. Um, so let's go to Facebook and say we just want to check something. We just want to check someone's name. Facebook. Okay. Now we are going to give. Can someone help me? Just help me with your username on Facebook. Don't worry, we're not doing anything. I just like to learn together. I need someone. Just raise up your hand. You want to tell me your username on Facebook? Okay, Abubakar Azan. Yeah, Abubakar Azan. What's your username on Facebook? Let's check it out. Oh, okay. Wingwe Chinenye Blessing. What's your username on Facebook? Let's check it out. Oh, Babalola Ahmed. Oh no, Tolulope Akinwumi. Tolulope Akinwumi. Okay. Let me hear from you.
Use that same name, Tolulope Akinwumi. You will find it on Facebook.
Okay, let's check it out then. Tolulope Akinwumi.
UNMI, yeah.
Yeah, I actually understand Yoruba very well. So you're the one here, right? Is it this one?
No, the one down 589 followers.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now we are going to
yes.
we'll just check it out on that website. So we are going to check it out on that website. Let's check it out on Namecheck. So basically, what it says is that it checks over 30 domains and more than 90 social media accounts. So we just want to do where me. So let's check what it has to offer. So it's currently searching, I assume. These guys are not going to go. Oh, the other one opened. History. Capture. It didn't ask us for capture. Why? Some of what these sites are not actually maintained. So it's possible to experience one or two hiccups there. So let's check here. Okay. So while it searches, let's just see if we have. Okay, let's fill the card. Let's do this stuff. Let's see if this is going to bring anything for us. Why are I drawn? Okay, while that is doing, I assume it is no loading. While that is loading, we can check out others, but we're not going to check out others for now. So moving straight down to which one seems to be interesting again. Okay, social networks. Let's go to social networks. Then Facebook, Instagrams, and the likes of them. Anyways, the most important thing is that you know this. I don't want to start digging into all these things and okay. These are the domains. No domain I'm looking for. Check usernames. Check usernames. Now you can see it appears that this account is actually appearing on Facebook, Reddit, eBay, Twitter, Pinterest, Twitch, TikTok. Let's see if it's going to give us more information about Facebook details. Now, not bringing anything reasonable yet. Uh, it's not bringing anything reasonable. That's a false stuff. Okay, but the most important thing is that you can see how it is being used. So even if you want to get more stuffs about it, you all have your tool with you. I'm going to close this now. Let's see the results. What's my name brought out for us? It's still searching. Okay, according to this website, this name can be found on dating websites. No, okay, Friend Finder is a dating website. So look where you explain to us what you are doing there. Then Friend Finder X is also around. Then Leeches. Do you play chess?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay, I think after this class we are going to play. Let's see how it
That would be
goes.
splendid.
Sorry.
So that would be splendid.
Okay. So, do you have a Leeches account?
No, I don't. I do not.
Okay, probably another person has a Leeches account. So, from
I believe
what
so.
this was my name can bring out, this name Tolulope Akikumi, Akinwumi, sorry, is registered on Friend Finder, it's registered on Leeches. Then that's basically what it could bring for us. We actually need more. Now, it's still saying we can see something related to this on LinkedIn, then and the likes of them, like the likes of them, likes of them. So you can always get more information from here. If you need more, check out more. Now, I don't know. This guy should close.
It actually
So
brought me
I'm
out
sure.
on that LinkedIn now.
Come again.
It actually brought me out on that LinkedIn now that you're projecting.
Are you the one here?
No, no, no.
Oh, sorry.
You'll find it's still up there.
This or this?
Yes, yes. Look, that first one, that first picture. Yes, that one.
Okay. Let's check it out. LinkedIn refused to connect. So I don't want us to go deep into all these things. But the bottom line is that we understand the capacity of OSINT framework. Now, moving further, Larry, please. Okay, moving further. Um, let me quickly delve into this aspect because there's something I want to like expose you to. Let me show you a pictorial representation of what is known as the dark web, what is known as the surface web, or they call it clear web. That's the one that we use, and what is known as the deep web. So, web, now you are going to see. I just want to show you like the picture, the pictorial representation of the three things. I think I've explained it before. Now, looking at this picture, this one I just clicked on, you will discover that just a little percentage of what is available on the web is actually available on surface web. That's I mean a little percentage of what we do, that's what we see on surface web. This is what I'm trying to explain. This is web. This is web completely, like the whole of web. Now, web, I mean information you can find up there or you can find it interconnected. Now, you see this little amount, I think it's just 3%. You have it as a surface web. That if you look for any information on your Google search engine, whatever the information or the search is restricted to, the search is actually restricted to this surface web. You can see how little it is. I think it's just 3%. Just 3%. 3% of everything that we have here. Now we also have deep web and you have the dark web. Dark web is actually where you have vast majority of information. Now, if you want to access it, that's still like one of the topics that we are going to treat today. How you can access that. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about it deeply. Moreover, if I go there and I show you what I'm going to show you, I'm going to exit the browser immediately. Reasons best known to me. Yeah, so we have surface web, we have deep web, and we have dark web. The reason why I talked about all this is like to tell you more about information gathering, right? Good. So now moving back to our OSINT framework. So on your own, you can actually go ahead and check out OSINT framework. You need to do whatever it is you want to do. You want to get more information about somebody, something, or whatever it is, you know how to go about it. Now, okay, like I said, I'll treat it later. I'm not going to treat it now. That's talking about the dark web. Let's move straight into an aspect of, we just talked about OSIS framework. OSIS framework is one of the tools used, very, very important tool. Another one is Multego. Multego is actually one of the tools used. Now let's check it out. It's one of the tools used. I will open this. It is used for open source, even forensics. It's like a real-time data mining solution for Windows, Mac, and even Linux, and it provides like graphical representation of data patterns and the likes of them. So Multego is also very, very much used by will I say a whole lot of these persons. Now, moving straight, let's move to, there's one very important one too, that's called shutdown. Now, that shutdown.io is used for IoT devices. You see, okay, I'm not going to explain that. I need someone to tell me what IoT devices are. Anybody? And you give examples. Okay.
Hello.
No, please let me allow you to talk before you. Oh, please. Olayinka Samuel, let me hear from you. What are IoT devices? Olayinka Samuel. Okay, you seem not to be here. Mwigwe Chineye Blessing. I think it's the second time I'm allowing you to talk. Seem not to be in the class. Samuel Billy.
Hello, sir. Yeah, good evening. Okay, sir. IoT, the full meaning of IoT is Internet of Things. That's the full meaning. An example of Internet of Things has to be, for example, in the present one, we use cameras, CCTV cameras. Those are Internet of Things, and sometimes we use some smart device in terms of in business places, like supermarket use those cameras those things they used to capture receipts to know the amount, like in some one supermarket. Those are still Internet of Things. And also currently we have smart fridges. Those are still Internet of Things. So that is what I understand by Internet of Things. Thank you, sir. So what do you say? Yes, it's fridges.
Okay.
Smart fridges that can detect someone. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
he has actually said it all. He has actually said it all. You see, when you connect, when devices are interconnected and at the same time connected to the internet, we basically call it what, um, IoT devices, Internet of Things. Now, there are some houses. I don't know if it has been, if it is now popularly implemented, but I know that in supermarkets, in stores, there are houses whereby um, CCTV cameras are actually installed. Now, when those CCTV cameras are installed, they are they are interconnected, and at the same time, somebody is going to be watching the result from wherever he is. Now, you could be in America, or you could be in America. Let's say um, you have a house in Nigeria. You could be in America. Then they install the CCTV camera. Then the thing is connected to the internet, and you'll be able to view the output, or you'll be able to view the capturing from that house. I don't know if that makes any sense. Same thing applies to what he said, like fridge, even your gate, security system, in as much as they are interconnected and they're connected to the internet at the same time. That's from your house, from your workplace. You can actually close and open your gates. You can actually access your camera and see what's going in the master's bedroom or whatever in the house you want. So that's like a typical example of how IoT devices operate. Now, with that being said, Shodan.io is like a tool basically used to let me say, get more information about what IoT devices. This Internet of Everything is like, they call it like IoE. Now let's check out images. I don't have do I have a username with them? I don't think I have a username with them or password. So I've used it before, but then I'm not sure I've actually signed up. Or even if I've signed up, I can't really remember my username or my password. So just take note of it. That's also like a very vital tool used for gathering information. Now, moving further, there is one very important topic, one very important concept known as Google docking. Google docking is otherwise called Google hacking. So you see what I'm talking about, Google docking is also known as Google hacking. Look at the word here, Google docking slash hacking. Google docking slash hacking. Now, what does it mean? Before we proceed, okay, I'll still leave the screen on with you. Now, before we proceed, or while we proceed, Google docking or Google hacking is um like a technique that you can use to hack sites directly using Google. When I mean hack, I don't mean it in the negative sense. I don't mean it in when I mean hack. If you remember very well, the very first class we had, I told you that the meaning of a computer hacker is not actually someone that does bad things. The original meaning of a computer hacker is somebody that actually tweaks computer. You look for intelligent ways of doing what you want to do or getting what you want to get. Same thing applies to Google docking or Google hacking. You can't hack sites directly using Google, but Google can actually index almost anything that is within that website that you want to visit. Even the sensitive information is there. Google can index everything. That means that you could be exposing too much information about your web technologies, username, passwords, general vulnerabilities, even without knowing. Now, Google docking is like the practice of using Google to find vulnerable web applications and servers using native Google search engine. That's relating it to cybersecurity, right? If you don't want to relate it to cybersecurity, let's say you want to go the normal way, you don't want to relate to cybersecurity like a normal human being. You are not using it for cybersecurity purpose. Let's say in your place of work or wherever it is in your school or wherever it is, you just want to make use of Google. Now, this Google talking is actually, or let's use the word Google hacking, is actually something you can use to what to get specific or precise information. Now, let me check out, I'll show you something. Now, look at this free code camp. You will see a whole lot of examples that we can always use. That's if you want to get something precisely on what? On Google. Take for example, you want to search for um, a word boy, but you just want that boy to be located in a particular website. Or okay, let's say you are a student. I'm just giving examples before I go through what is written here. So you want to search for a particular PDF that has something on conservation. I don't know if I'm making any sense. You want to search for a particular PDF. That is, you want your Google search results instead of bringing out this thing. Now let's start by typing conservation. We'll just type conservation. Let's use this one. Conservation. Now it's going to bring out a whole lot of results, right? It's bringing out dictionary meaning. It's bringing out a whole lot of this thing. I don't like the word conservation. Let's search for annihilation. Now you can see it's bringing out so many results. Now let's assume you want, I'm just giving like an example. You want an example whereby you want a search whereby it's going to only bring out PDF files, PDF reports on, and that PDF, all the PDF report must contain a particular word. That must contain the word annihilation, right? So what you are going to do is what this, you press something like this, file type colon PDF, file type colon PDF. Now the next thing is, what is that word that must be present in that PDF? Let's say annihilation. Then you search, push. Now the idea is that it's going to bring out only PDF files. Look at PDF, 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 PDF. It's going to bring out only PDF files that contain the word annihilation. You get? So if you didn't know about this before and you just entered Google search engine, you just typed annihilation, pow, and you press enter, or you press annihilation PDF and you press enter, you will see, look at the first thing. This is not necessarily, this is going to take you to a website. I think it's a Wayback Machine. Take you to a website. Then this one is actually a PDF. I think this one too is a PDF. But then the results will not be as streamlined as the one that was brought to you before. I use it a lot. So cyber security or no cyber security, I use it a lot. Now let's say you want to search for a word, and that word must just be listed in Naira land. Let me check this thing for Naira land. Naira land. I want to get the website for Naira land. So this is Naira land, right? So we copy it. Sorry, let's open it first. This is their forum. So we copy it. So now we want to search for a word. Let's say we want to search for killing. The word is killing. Killing. So we want to see news that has to do with killings. So what do? You press link, you put a colon, you put a website, Naira land, or you can just put nairaland.com. Either way is Naira land. Then you this in colon killings, right? Then you press enter. So it should only bring, can you see? I don't know. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Okay, hope you are following. Someone should just like raise up his hand, like, confirm from the person. Babalola, are you following? Are you getting everything I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
it
sir.
making
It is
sense?
very clear. Thank you.
Is it making sense to you?
Of course.
Okay. Let me get
Thank you.
from let me hear from Mrs. Dominic. Okay. Mrs. Dominic, is it making any sense?
Sorry, I have to say, the network today is horrible. And actually, from the beginning, I noticed that you will try and log out and log in again, and the network is still shaking. I was following from the beginning, but when I realized that the network is it's not really, I don't know what's happening, seriously. It just made me to go off because I was not at the point. I started not understanding what you were saying. I had to just like, it puts me off, yeah. I won't lie, it puts me off. So that's what I know I can say for now.
Mr. Thank God Patrick. Mr. Patrick. Mr. John, how are you following so far?
Yeah, boss. Well done, sir. Please, can I see the keyword you enter into the search bar there?
Okay, you want to follow along? That's
Ah,
it, if you can see it.
okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I want to confirm something from you. The network, are you having any difficulty in hearing what I'm saying? Mr. John, are you having any difficulty in hearing what I'm saying? Mr. Jubril. Mr. Jubril,
Yes, sir, there's no difficulty, sir.
what's your review of what I've been saying so far?
No, I don't have anything to say about it. I'm just following it, sir.
Sorry, please increase your volume. I can't really hear you. Mr. Jubril, are you there? Mr. Chiemina, I want to be sure before I continue.
Okay, good evening, sir. Yes, I've been following, but I want to ask a question. You said you've been talking of Google docking. So, like you
Okay.
said earlier, we have other search engines. Can these apply to other search engines as well?
Actually, yes, it can. The fact that we called it Google docking doesn't necessarily mean it's restricted to Google alone. Are you clear?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
Okay.
So, is
Also,
is all about having a streamlined search.
exactly, it's all about having a streamlined search instead of giving you the whole conventional plenty things. Are you clear?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I want to confirm something. Is the network glitch occurring from my side? Are you having difficulties in hearing me, or let me just hear from you?
Earlier, but for some time now, it have been very stable.
No, I
But
mean,
I've
I
been
know there were times I actually muted myself and unmuted. I had to
okay.
like quickly attend to something. But after the last unmuting, like after I started
It
the class
it
properly.
have been stable. It have been stable.
Okay, thank you. So Mrs. Mrs. I think the network is actually from your side, because I normally observe when the network is faulty on my end. So it's not my fault that you had difficulty in hearing what I'm saying. Let me confirm from the last person before I continue. Mr. Samuel Oluwatoyin. Mr. Samuel.
I can I can hear you, sir. The network is good. Okay from here, sir.
Okay. So please, if the network is actually bad from our side, if we can try to fix it, we should try. On my end, I try as much as possible to do it, to fix the network or to ensure that everything is perfect, so that you are going to have like a seamless class, that everything will flow seamlessly. Yeah. So please, if the network is bad on your end, just try to fix it so that you can key into the class. Thank you very much. But I'm rest assured the network is actually stable and okay from this side. Thank you. Okay. Now I just gave like an example of how you can hack Google, how you can actually use Google. When I mean hack Google, I don't mean you are taking down the database or manipulating or whatever. You're actually doing something to you are doing something to ensure that you get exactly what you want. Now you may not see this as hacking per se, but then what of when you are now using it to get vulnerable sites, like sites that are made vulnerable? I will give you one string that you can actually use. It's going to all list out vulnerable sites for you. So the moment you list it out, you just know that if you are a hacker, you are a will I use the word nefarious, like a nefarious hacker, you can actually exploit those websites and use it for your own monetary um, gain or whatever. So now let's take it properly. Let's take it properly, one after the other. The um, different Google Docs that we have. So there's one they call in-title operator. The in-title operator searches for web pages, specific words, phrases in the title tag. Take for example, you are looking for pages that contain the phrase password and have index of in the title. You will just use this Google Doc, this string, or you write in title, in title. So you come with you put it index of. What it means is that in the title of this thing, in the all the searches is going to bring out, it's going to bring something that has title of index of. Then we go with passwords. So now all the search is going to bring out, all the search is going to bring out are searches that have like um, title of index of. Now going to this one now, you can notice that this Purdue University, this title is what index of public, then document. I'm talking of directory, then password. I don't know if we should go there and see what's there. No, I'm not going there to see what's there. Should we go? Should we not go? Let's forget about it. So this is the bottom. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So you have this, like you can see how this thing can actually be used to let's say you want to like exploit something. Now there's another one called um in URL. In URL. So let's say you want to search for the way this one is in title, in title, in title. There's one they call in URL. So let's say you want to search um for a particular for a particular for you want to make searches whereby inside the URL you have admin.php. Admin.php. You can actually do that. So like I used before, um I think I used the one of sites before for Naira Land. I already used the one of sites for Naira Land. So let's say you want to, okay, I think the example I gave before is okay. Let's now look for, let's tailor it to, let's say we want to tailor it to which website is used for giving news. let's say Channels TV. Let's look for the website Channels TV. Channels TV. So we are going to copy their link, channelstv.com. Now we want to do, let's check for sites, channelstv.com. We can just use channelstv.com instead of writing everything. Channelstv.com. So we are going to search. Let's search for the word. Let's see if they are talked about Sinobu. So we use Sinobu. So we're going. What it's basically going to do now is to bring out all the. It's going to search the internet, then bring out all the words or all the posts, all the websites. Not all the websites per se. It's going to bring out all the Channels TV reports on this word, Tinubu. This is like the keyword there. This is the keyword there. So the moment we search, you can see all the sites that actually came out, they are Channels TV. That's, and it's just bringing out topics on what, on Tinubu. So this chart is actually like streamlined. Now, under normal circumstances, you are going to see a whole lot of search results. I'm waiting for this thing to go to the end. It's not going to the end. Ordinarily, it's meant to give us a whole lot of search results, but then the moment you now streamline it, it's going to just bring limited amount or small amount of results. So I've talked about that one. Then another one is file type. That one I know I use that one very well. So let's say we want to download a book on. They want to download a book on Wi-Fi hacking, a PDF on the Wi-Fi hacking. Just if you want to download the PDF file, so we can just say file type. The file type should be PDF, right? So the keyword is Wi-Fi hacking. Or let's just use hacking. Okay, let's use Wi-Fi hacking. Now you can see. So basically, it's going to bring out just PDF files on what? On Wi-Fi hacking. It makes the whole search stuff just easy. I will not. I don't want to go too far. You can always check out others yourself. You can always check out other operators yourself. But then it's actually very, very important. We know there are some that like they are not like normal operators, like the and, the or. I mean and, and, then or. A simple way of using and or for the computer science students here, you must have heard of that stuff before. Take for example now you have a search. You can use the and there. You can also use or there. Another one is you can want to say need just stuff that have you want to list out all the, like you want to list out vulnerable web servers. This one is purely like for cybersecurity usage. We can do something like this. Now look at, remember the in URL that I gave you before? In URL. So that is, you are looking for searches that just has what? That just has what? This particular URL. Proc self CWD. Now, basically, it can actually detect vulnerable servers that are now appending this what I just put there directly to the URL of that your website. So we have more content on this, more and more and more and more. You want to check for OpenFTP servers. So like it goes on and on and on and on and on and on like that. What if you want to look for information that has file type, like a particular file type, and in URL? Please read it up yourself. I don't want to like let me say, delve into it completely, like 100%. Please read it up yourself. It's very, very easy to understand, right? Good. So moving on to the next aspect. Under OSINT, say you want to, under OSINT, what they call face recognition or reverse image search. Can someone just, from the way that things, from the way it sounds, can you explain to me what reverse image search mean? Just explain it to me. Reverse image search. What does it mean? From the way the word or the phrase sounds.
Okay, can
Anybody?
I talk?
Okay.
Okay,
Mr.
sir.
Exponent.
I would say is just like getting a complete opposite of what you entered. Complete opposite result of what you entered.
Explain it in details, like in a way that someone, a layman will understand.
Maybe you are looking for white covered maybe thick notebooks, and but once you drop that request, what it will actually bring out or bring up for you will be black covered thick notebooks, something of that nature. Just the
I don't.
direct opposite.
Okay. Thank you for that. But still, I don't like your. I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't really like. I'm not comfortable with your definition of reverse image. I would have asked for facial recognition, but then that's just going to be like very, very simple. Favor, let me hear from you.
Good evening, everyone. So, what I understand is, okay, if you were to search for an image now, you have it on your search bar. Let's take, for example, you want to start search for Chelsea Stadium. You probably have it there on your search bar, and then you go to image to check for results that displays. So when it's reverse, it's more like you imputing the endpoint so that it can take you to the source. So the image that you would get if you had imputed just your letters to give you the Chelsea Stadium, you put the image there. Let's assume you have the image already on your phone. So you want to have a source as to where that image was gotten from. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's actually like the perfect explanation for it. I'm going to proceed from the way you explained it. You explained it quite perfectly well. Let's say we have this. I don't know why you mentioned Chelsea. Let me use Chelsea anyways. Chelsea. Chelsea Stadium. We have Chelsea Stadium. Now, what are we seeing? We are seeing, I don't like all these pictures. I need a better one to represent Chelsea. Okay, we are seeing something like this, right? We can see this, right? So let's assume Mr. Favor stands here to take a picture. Somebody will know that Mr. Favor is in England, right? Or London. Mr. Favor is in London and is in what? Stamford Bridge. That is, you just check for the name of that picture, then you saw the picture. Now, what if you want to, from the picture, go back to the name? That's what reverse. There was a break in the network. Can you all hear me perfectly now? Please just raise up your hand. I would permit someone. There was a break in the network I observed. Mr. Samuel. Shit. Mr. Samuel, can you hear me well?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you now, sir. It's clear now.
Thank you. Now, you get the explanation. You searched for Chelsea Stadium. It brought out these numerous results. Now, highlighting this one. Let me just highlight this one. Sorry. I'll highlight this one. Now, the moment you, like I said, let's assume Mr. Favor goes to snap in front of this. He goes to snap in front of this. What happens? You can easily tell that what Mr. Favor is in London and is in Stamford Bridge, is snapping there, right? So what if you want to go from what? From this picture back to the information. That's what they call reverse image search. Now, this is going to be interesting. It's interesting to know that there are some people, there's this technique. You know, this is a security class now. It's not bad if I talk about hacking. It's not bad if I talk about what Yahoo boys do, like their pattern of hacking. Yeah. So now pay attention if you are a Yahoo boy. If you are not a Yahoo boy, you can close your ears. Now, let's assume you open like an Instagram account. You want to do what they call bomb. You want to bomb people and stuff like that. Now you have a new Instagram account. I think they buy it, or I don't know how they do. But the bottom line is that they will not gonna use the picture of somebody as their own. Take for example, don't ask me how I know all these things. Say they want to do dating, something like dating. Dating is like a pattern whereby you are dating a white woman, but you are going to impersonate somebody that is existing. You get? Now, if you are the person that's the victim, I don't pray you be the victim, but if you are the person, like you're the person on the receiving end, you're not the scammer. You are just the person. Probably you fell in love with someone you've not met before, and the person is using like a white picture, maybe somebody from someone that's looking like Oyinbo, something like that. Now, you can actually perform that reverse image search. All these things still fall under OSINT. Do you get? Let's say this person claims to be Angela. You can confirm that, is this Angela's picture? Is this Angela truly Angela that she claims? You do your reverse image search. You will be able to tell if that person is Angela truly. Now let's go back to Facebook. We are going to use Mr. in this picture, Mr. Tolulope's picture. Let's see if he's going to bring it up. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see if he's going to bring it up. If he's going to direct it back to Facebook. It's taking time. Okay. So the tool we're actually going to use is like images.google.com. Images.google.com. Images. Let's use that. No, let's use that Chelsea. No, I want to use a place that is not really popular. Let's use Aso Rock in Nigeria. Aso Rock in Nigeria. Still, Aso Rock looks like a place that is very popular. But irrespective, we're going to take a picture of somebody standing in front of Aso Rock. Wow. Okay, let's just pick any of them. Let's pick this one. Let's see what we have. Okay, good. These are the pictures, right? Let's click on this. One minute, please. Okay, good. We have this picture, right? So we are going to, I'm going to snip this picture now using my snipping tool. Snipping tool. 1 minute. Snipping tool. My computer hanging on what? Okay, that's, excuse me, that's done. So now I'm crop. I'll crop the image. So I'll crop the image. So now, like I said, we'll go to this site. We'll go to, that's one of the tools, or one of the tools used for reverse image search. So we'll go to images dot google dot com. I think some of our phones have that capability to do this thing. So what we basically do is just what we put in the image here. Some of our phones have that capacity. You just use your phone's Google whatever to take the picture. Once you take the picture, it's going to like scan through databases of pictures that have been uploaded to Google. Then it will now tell you where that particular one belongs to. Tell you where that particular one belongs to. So let's can you see it has already highlighted it and it has brought out the information that this is actually Aso Rock. What I'm saying, if you are very, very versatile with phones, you will know that you can actually do all these things with your phone. You can be going along the road and you see a particular plant and you want to reverse search the image. You use your Google Lens. Now, let's say we want to talk about facial recognition. That's there's a popular tool known as PIM Eyes. All these things are what they call OSINTs. All these things are actually categorized under OSINTs. So you come here, you input the person's this thing there, then it brings out the results for you. Now, say you want to do social media account, like you want to get for social media account now. You see, face search engine. Then this one is for reverse image search. Upload a photo and find out where images are published. So you can actually do all those things here. Now, you want to find for various information about social media accounts, you can actually use this site, epos.com. So you check it out. It's a ultimate OSINT tool for email and phone number reverse hookup. Now, I've actually used this one before. This I'm sure I've used it before. Now let's search for, okay, let's search for my email address. My email address, search. Let's see what it brings for us. Normally, I don't like using my own personal thing for stuff like this, but let's see what it brings for us. Now, looking at what he said, we do not log your queries, we do not notify the target, we do not show false positives. Can someone tell me why this thing is loading? Can someone tell me what false positive means? It's a cybersecurity, it's a concept, not like cybersecurity per se, it's used generally. Who knows the meaning of false positive? Mr. Ibrahim Kadiri. Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Daniel Oview. You can speak.
Okay, false positive is when a system flags up. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Continue, please.
Okay, false positive is when a system flags up an information that is genuine, as though it is not genuine. For instance, if we set our firewall to filter out false information, and maybe the firewall mistakenly flags up information that is not an error, that is not from a threat actor, but the firewall flags it up as an error or as a threat, then that could be referred to as a false positive because it is not an error from a threat actor but a genuine information.
Okay, so from your explanation, from your explanation, what I'm trying to say is a result that um that brings out, let's say that wrongly indicates a particular.
I can hardly hear you, sir. I can hardly hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to test if you really understand what
you are very
false
clear
positives
now.
are. Yeah, I'm asking that from your explanation, are you trying to say that if a result wrongly indicates a particular condition, can we call that false positive?
If it was, your voice is going up and down. I didn't get that well.
What I said is, if a result, let me say there's a particular result, that result wrongly, wrongly indicates a particular condition. Okay, let me use it in a way you understand better. I want to be sure you fully understand this thing.
Okay.
Let's say I bring a machine to come and assess your body. The machine now say, you have malaria. But in the true sense of it, you don't have malaria. Is that false positive?
I think that no, that cannot be false positive.
Why is it not false positive?
Okay, sorry, it's actually false positive. If I don't have the malaria, then the machine has actually brought out a result that is false positive.
Yes, so is that false positive? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you are correct. I want to put it in a way that everybody will understand. Now, the moment something flags out something that this thing is there, but in the true sense of it, that thing is not there. That's like a false positive. Now, the reverse is the case for false negative. Mr. Samuel Oluwatoyin, you want to say something as regards that?
Network is breaking. I hardly hear what you're saying, sir.
Come again. You say you can hardly hear what I'm saying.
Network is going down, sir.
Okay. The thing is, some of you are raising up your hand, but I allow you to talk and you don't talk eventually. Joshua Maduka.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for your effort so far. Okay. Today's class is highly informative. I'm learning a lot, really. And when I learn new things, it excites me. Okay. So, first of all, in terms of network, your network is fine. Those issues mostly from some of the participants' end, not from your end. Okay. Your network is fine. That is number one. Then number two, it's about these what I call it syntax, or these things you type to streamline searches on some of these search engines. Okay, I don't know. Is there a way you can maybe give us a kind of a list of these syntax that can be used? Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. To be honest with you, it gladdens my heart when I hear positive feedback. Yes, to be honest with you, because we actually go extra mile to ensure that everything is as good as it can be. So when someone comes with maybe at the end of the class, so sir, the network has been up and down. I did not learn anything. I did not hear anything. It actually saddens me. It will look like, oh, I've actually been wasting my time for the past 2 hours or something. Yeah. So when I hear positive response, it's actually very, very good. Sometimes I also notice, like, apart from what Mr. Joshua said, I also notice that sometimes the fault will always be from your end. It could be from my end, it could be from your end. And me, I can tell when it is from my end. The moment it's from my end, the moment it's from my head, I get a there's a sign I'm going to get from my PC, or I get a sign that, okay, your signal is actually low, right? And most times when stuff like that occur, I will stop talking. Then I will now ask everybody that, okay, now can you hear me? That's because of I've already like noticed that, okay, the network is actually bad, and when it comes back fully, I proceed. So please don't like tweet it. Maybe the network is from your end. You now come and say, hello, sir, we can't hear you. That we, when it's actually your side. So just try to fix it up and it's all good. So just like Mr. Joshua requested, I'm going to send you a list of that Google Docs. Please just let it master you. Even if you're not going to practice cybersecurity eventually, you would always find it handful or useful. Yes, in any area of your work, you are going to be using your PC or your computer or your phone. You are going to be using it for one reason or the other. So please, Google Docking. I would have even wanted to invite members of, like, let me say, other classes to come and join this particular class, but then I don't want it to look whatever or something. Okay, now we're talking about false positive. The reason why I just made mention of false positive because I saw it in one of their terms and conditions. It's actually good for you to know what false positive is. Because when we start using Zap Scanner, that's from next week, like I said, we are delving fully into web security. We are not going out from it. Sometimes your scanner will bring out false positive for you. False positive is like, I'm telling you that something is there, but what that thing is not actually there. You get? I'm giving you a positive sign that something is there, but that thing I'm telling you is false. That's where the idea is gotten from. False positive, right? False negative is now something is wrong. Maybe something is wrong with you, and I'm not telling you anything. Let's say you have malaria, and I have a diagnostic tool. I have malaria. You know, enter my diagnostic tool. My diagnostic tool is not telling me that this guy that you put aside is fine. No, nothing is wrong with him. That's a false negative. You get so getting different between that false positive and false negative. So let's go back to what we were doing. What did it bring for us? Don't tell me don't bring anything. Are you serious? Search for crying out loud. Search. Really, nigga. This game is to use credits. Search, please. So we are going to leave this one here. I don't know why it's misbehaving. I know I've used it before. And I think I used it somewhere around here. But it's fine. It's fine. Now, lastly, we are going to talk about dark web. Yes, Mr. Patrick, you can have a recording. You can have a recording. I recorded the class. Yes, yesterday's one is available, but I'm not going to send it yet. I want to send two of them at the same time. So let me see to be sure it's still recording or I am on my own. Yes, you have a recording. One minute. Coming. Okay, good, still recording. Okay, now let's continue. Let's move straight into dark web. Okay, good. I explained it briefly before. That's good. That's what we use to wrap up the class. Dark web. Can someone tell me what is dark web? What it is? Just briefly. I know I've talked about it before. So Daniel, if you don't talk this time around, I'll not permit you to talk again. Daniel.
Okay. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, simply put, the dark web is a section of the internet that is not being indexed or can never be indexed by our regular and conventional search engines. That's the basic explanation of the dark web.
Thank you. That makes sense. Still on the still stay on the mic, Mr. Daniel.
All
I
right,
want to
sir.
ask you a question. Oh, sorry. Okay, customer speaking. I want to ask you a question. Let's assume DSS. No, DSS is Department of, is it State Security? What's the name of DSS? It's the
Yes,
Department of State Security, right?
yes,
Do you agree with me that DSS can have a normal website that is available to you in your, is available to you at the clear, like ClearNet, ClearWeb, or Surface Web, and can also have like a version that is available in what, in dark web? Do you agree with me?
very well, very well. It is very possible, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That shows that you have like a very good understanding of what dark web is. Thank you. Now let's
Yeah.
proceed. Let me just show you like a simple example of what I'm talking about. Now let's talk about DSS. Let's just see DSS. We'll go to their Department of State Security. So let's go to their, this is their official website. You can see. Let's click on it. Man, these guys are scary. You can see, what do we have here? dss.gov.ng, right? Is it still loading? So dss.gov.ng, right? Now, if you want to get the one for dark web, you always have, I'm going to write different rubbish on the screen. You can see, then slash, I think, dot onion. Then you have something like this. Just know that these things like this are not always like accessible. They are not always accessible on normal Surface Web. So they can also have like a version that is available on the what, on the dark web. Now, dark web, like you said, they are not indexed on our conventional browsers. What is our normal browser? So if I search for the word, let me search for a very bad word, meth. Okay, coke. I'm not referring to normal coke that we drink. I'm talking about, like, let's say, like cocaine and the likes of them. It's bringing out Coca-Cola, right? Treating us as children, right? But it's not bringing out anything bad. All these websites that we are seeing, they're just available on what, on Surface Web. The moment you go, now let's see how we can locate dark web. There is something they call Tor, Tor browser, Tor browser. Somebody made mention of DuckDuckGo at the very beginning. Now, there's a similar one called Tor browser. Tor means the onion router. Now, why is it called the onion router? The onion is called onion. I'm sure you know how onion is. Onion has different layers, right? So basically, let me show you on the screen. Basically, what Tor does is to offer all different layers of encryption. I think it's up to like three layers of encryption. If you can see this place, you can see there's a layer here, then there's a layer here, then there's a layer. So basically, it offers like 3 layers of encryption. What to our what to our to our to our browser. So you can use your Tor to access this thing. Now let's look for something. What is my IP? What is my IP? Now you're going to see, oh goodness me. You are going to see the IP is going to display for us. Now we are going to open Tor browser. You will now see that it has actually given us like 3 layers of encryption. We encrypt the first one, encrypt the second one, encrypt the third one. That's what to grant us what, anonymity. Anonymity means what? This is 17 whatever. If you want to copy it and do whatever it is you want to do, all the best to you. So now let's go straight and access our Tor browser and see if we can. No, don't see anything. Go to Telegram. I will stop sharing my screen for the time being. Now I'm going to open okay. So I will open my Tor browser. Basically, all you need to just install it, normal installation. It takes time to load. So while it loads, the moment it starts loading, I'm going to show you how it is like. So now, like you all know the idea. Here we go. What you can see on the screen. My screen is not showing yet. Okay, good. What you can see on the screen is typically what? Tor browser, right? It offers you different layers of what? Of encryption. I don't know if you understand. So basically, you're not going to you see that IP address that we saw before. Let's now check it here again. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's check it here. Just watch, connect. Let's connect. This one consumes more data because of what is just like we're having VPN upon VPN upon VPN. It's going to like completely shield us. So nobody can even know what we are doing. So even if we want to track any website, they will not be able to track us back because of what this Tor browser is actually giving us a lot of shield. So while it establishes the connection, we are going to look for our VPN, our IP address. You discover that the IP address has changed completely. Probably, as a matter of fact, it may even be telling us that um, we are browsing from Netherlands or we are browsing from Germany. Meanwhile, I'm in Nigeria. Here, you're going to see it here yourself. Let me load. Let me load. Let me load. Sorry, 1 minute, please, while it loads. I think this thing is taking. Okay, it's almost done. Connected. Connected. Good. So now it's connected. So let's check out what is. It's actually using that DuckDuckGo. It's using DuckDuckGo to browse. It's not using normal Google search engine. What is my IP? So it's going to take it boom, route, the route, reroute, a route, and route. So before we have, let's see the result it's going to bring out for us. I'm sure you know the reason why it's taking time. It's taking time because it's what's routing it through various things. Man, it's still loading. Sorry, 1 minute is going to. Dark.fill. So let's see. Okay, good. It has brought out the results. Can you see? Oh, it's telling me your IP address is unavailable. Hey, let's check out this. This is meant to give you. Now you see this thing. If you want to go through, okay, if you want to see what is like the different layers of encryption. But before then, let's check out the IP address. I want to show you something. I want you to see that normally IP address don't really change, right? But see, can you see? 216.73.159.101. And where are we located? Maybe I'm sure you can see my screen. Where are we located? Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware. I think where should be Maryland? Is in the US. I think somewhere around that. I think in the US. Something like that. Okay, from what I'm seeing here, it's showing us United States. So now we are going to check. Okay, you already understand what I'm talking about now. The bottom or the goal of what I'm saying is that Tor is going to give you different layers of encryption. It's going to secure it properly. So you can actually use it to enter dark web. That's if you have the link to a particular site that is in the dark web. If you have the link and you put it on your normal Google search engine, it will not bring it out. It will not bring it out. If you put that link in your Google search engine, it will not bring any result out. But if you put that link in your Tor browser can always access dark web, because what it's trying to tell you that website is available in dark web. It's not available on surface web. Right? Do you understand? So you put that link in your. I told you how the link will always look like. It's always very, very long. Normal websites, like some services, they have normal websites. They now have websites on surface web, and they have websites on dark web. So I think CIA has, FBI has, even Facebook, they have their version in dark web. New York Times also has, and the likes of them. So let's check out one last thing, then we wrap it up for the day. So let's check out this our Tor circuits. You can see this is you. This is your browser. Then it thought it's. Let me be sure we can see this thing, because this thing is actually very vital. So wait. Please, can you see this Tor circuits? I want to be sure. Mr. Chuka, please confirm. Like, there's a Tor circuit that came out now. Can you see it? It has actually gone back now. I will still go and bring it out again. Were you able to see it?
No, I didn't see it. I was actually just I wanted to ask you to check for the cook, just like you checked the last time.
You should check the what?
Cook. The last time you were going to check us, show us the difference between what cook will show in the normal browser and cook will bring up for the dark web.
Okay, I should check cook. Okay, cook.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your question? I didn't get.
To demonstrate for us the difference between what will show on our normal browser and the dark web.
Okay, it might actually bring the same, not necessarily the same result per se, but my point is, what I'm trying to point out is, on normal surface web, we will see the regular sites that we used to know, that we can always access and that we used to know. But on dark web, we are not going to see the regular sites. We'll see different things. Now, this Tor, this browser, what you can see on the screen now, basically can actually access those sites. Your normal Google will not access those sites. Now, let me, before we move again into that one, let me show you this. I'm showing you something on the screen right now. Your mic is still on. I'm saying, can you see it? The circuits for the Tor.
Yes, I can see it, sir.
Okay, good. So basically what it does is that this is your browser. From your browser, it's routing it to Switzerland. Switzerland is routing it again, that like extra layer of security or encryption, to United States, and from United States to Finland, then from Finland to this web server here. So even if, let's assume you must have done something bad, and this web server wants to track the person, they need to come through here before they come through here, before they come to you, which is actually a very, very difficult process. Now, let's check. It may bring the normal conventional things that we used to know, but then it's bringing the usual result. Let's check for more results. If it brings any strange thing, Okay, let's see if Google Docking will help us. Let's see if Google Docking will help us. In URL, what should be in the URL? Onion for the word Coke. Coca-Cola introduces the onion. This is not what I'm looking for. Introduce the onion. Let's use another word. Let's use the word dope. Dope. Okay, let's check out this website. Let's check out this website. Open link in a new tab. From the link, I would be able to know if it is the purchase can be dark web. This link should be available to us on normal search engine. When I see a website that is actually in the dark web, I would know that the website is in the dark web. That's not what we're looking for. Let's see. Okay, enough of this search that we are searching. Just know that you search stuff like this, you see a particular link that is long. Normally, those companies that I mentioned before, like NSA, they will not release their link. Normally, if I ask you go to Facebook, what will you do? You just go to www.facebook.com. But that's like what they have on the surface web. But if I ask you go to Facebook in dark web, there is no way you would know the link because you cannot even climb itself. It's www Facebook dot the random numbers then onion or dot onion like that. So if you see a link that is that long and strange, then you know that what they are talking about what um that's like something that is in dark web. Let's check out. So that should be all. That should be all. So I'm going to close this right now and I'll open the floor for questions and answer. Please, if you have a question, you can please proceed to ask. Let's start with Mr. Babalola Ahmed.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the lecture. My question is when you open the Tor browser, on that
Okay.
searching point, there is onion at the front. So, but
There
I
is what?
discovered that there's something like onion. They put up onion as a
Okay.
and you did not put it on. So, what does that? Why don't you put it on? So, what is it for? Thank you.
You said there is something like onion. Sorry, come again. Come again. I didn't get you clearly. Okay, I don't know. It went off, but from the little I could get from what he said there's like an onion. I think he's referring to onionize. Maybe there is that onionize tab that I did not like on or something. So definitely, onionize is just like if you want to convert like a standard, just like normal web URL. If you want to convert it to like a if you want to convert it to like a .onion address, like I told you now, all those dark web links, they're always in .onion. So if you want to like convert a regular distance to like a .onion address, that's when you put on that onionize. For your level or for your sake, you might not actually be using it. I mean, for now, for anything per se, right? So, like I said before, it's just a way to enhance privacy, also security. So it's just similar to what I explained before. Converting it to .onion URL is that simple. So instead of your, I think that answers it all. Next question. A lot of hands are raised up. You serious? Let me start with Mr. Joshua Madukon.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Boniface. Okay, so my question goes this way. It's about VPN, actually. Okay, so now we have free VPNs online or VPN app. Now, those free VPN, are they really genuine? Are there limitations to them? Or is it better to actually subscribe for a VPN and pay for it? Or do you have free VPNs? And if there are free VPNs, will you advise someone to use free VPN? What are their weaknesses?
Okay. Let me ask you one sincere question. Just one sincere question. Stay on the mic with me, please.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. If you are to don't mind what I'm going to answer you. Just like me and you, our discussion. Will you advise somebody to use? Let me say one. There's a free version of something. There's a paid for version of something. Which one will you advise someone to use? Just give your.
Okay, I will advise to use paid one. Like maybe let me use antivirus. I don't encourage people to use all these free antivirus online. So I advise using a paid one.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, let me explain. Let me now briefly, I'll just try because I can see a lot of answers raised up. I don't know what everybody wants to ask. Okay. First of all, know that VPNs, we already know what they do. Like they kind of like cloud, they kind of give us more security, anonymize us. That's when we are on the internet. Yeah, free VPNs can be genuine, but they actually come with their own weaknesses and risks. Because now, all those, let me say, top-notch services that are meant to be provided for you, are actually meant to pay for it. Right? I don't want to talk about the danger of using VPN. First of all, I don't want to talk about the danger. Like one of it is like your data can be connected and stuff like that. But then, free VPN, you may notice that you are actually slower when you connect to the internet. It's possible. Yeah, because they can actually have limited bandwidth and even speed. Now, this one is what people may not really know. Talking about security and even privacy concerns. Some free VPN may not even give you the right encryption protocol that you need. So if your data is transiting, if your data is in transition, it can actually be vulnerable to interception. You already know what interception is, like MITM attack. Yes, not all of them will give you guaranteed something. It's not as strong, it's not as robust as what all those other strong VPNs will give you. This one is like normal, simple stuff, or something we can just like think and deduce. So I don't want to talk about the fact that ads will always pop up. Ads will be showing, probably you're browsing and ads will be showing anywhere, or still malware can disturb you and likes of them. So it's advisable, right, to use paid for that if you have the money. If you don't have the money, why not just not use? Because honestly, the fact is that you know that your data is actually being tunneled through something. It's not just going directly to the server, it's being tunneled through an organization. Now you're not paying for the organization. I'm sure you know that it's not completely safe. I think that's the best way I can answer your question. Okay, next is Mr. Babalola. Have I answered you? Mr. Babalola Ahmed Babatunde. Have I answered? I don't know if I've answered you.
You've answered me, but I have two questions. So you just answered one. And you allow me to ask the next question. So the second question is that maybe like 3-4 weeks ago, you mentioned something about there is a tool that we can use to hack a Wi-Fi to know the password of the Wi-Fi. I didn't think we talked about it. So that's what I just want
Okay.
to ask.
Now, that one is actually very much possible. Something that we can actually demonstrate in one of the classes. But then the thing is that my laptop needs to be like it needs to be run on a designated Kali machine. You know, now I'm using Windows. The Kali that we are using is in what is in VM, which majority of us are doing. But now, if you want to do that one, you need to get an extra like a Wi-Fi adapter for you to do that Wi-Fi hacking. But if your laptop is just Kali, Kali is the main operating system or parallel operating system, you can actually use to carry out your Wi-Fi hacking. Now, the tool you can use AirCrack-NG. Definitely, you use Wireshark to analyze. You know, you've used Wireshark before. Use Wireshark to like analyze the network protocol and the likes of them. But most importantly, you see that AirCrack-NG, you can actually use it. Then you will create a list of password. I'm not the one that will create that one for you. Depending on the person you want to attack or hack. Let me look for some. Let's say Steve now. Steve has put on his hotspot now. You want to hack this thing. You know that his password will not pass Steve 123, Steve 45, Steve Everest 24248 or whatever it is. You just create a list. You can just crunch. There's a tool they call crunch in your Kali. You create a list that you create a list that contains so many things that Steve can use as password. It could be millions of passwords. Then you are going to use the AirCrack-NG to run it. I'm not going to like explain the full process here. But then, if anybody can sacrifice his laptop, probably use Kali as a designated list. I'll teach you how to do it. So we're going to carry it out live in the class. Okay, Mr. Steve, since I use your name as example, next, ask your question. Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve is not
Yeah,
here.
I'm here, boss. I'm here, boss. Good evening, everyone. Boss, thank you for your time tonight. So this question is a bit personal, but I felt probably others will also learn from it, so I try to bring it here.
Okay.
Sometime late last year, I was hacked and I lost to the tune of about $5,000. So now, from today's class, something happened and I began to think. This website you went to, Epios.com. So what this hacker did is that they got access to my personal email and they went to about 11 broker accounts and made withdrawals. Now, most of the brokers honored it, but some did not. But why I gave up is because they paid. It was a crypto withdrawal. But now there was a withdrawal that was made using Screw and Screw's email. So I have that email, but I don't know what to do with it. That is the email the hacker used to try to withdraw. So I was thinking, is there a way I can pursue the hacker back again and probably hack the hacker back?
Okay, first of all, I don't know if you possess skills to hack, or I don't know what exactly you want to do. You know, when you say you want to hack somebody, it means you want to actually do something. Like there's something you want, there's something you want to do per se. Now, you can actually get like details about the person, like accounts that have been registered with that person, and see if you can get the name of the person. So from there, you can now like know how to proceed. You need to know like somebody or something that is like registered with that account. I think that's the fastest you can do for now before you know the next step to take.
So probably I can send you the email, right?
Okay, yes, you can send me the email. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Mr. Akinson Samuel. It's almost 7 o'clock, so let's make it short and brief.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you for this class. My question is just on this Tor browser. I just want to also can be used as a VPN also, because since it hides like one IP address, so can someone use it as a VPN also? Like,
I didn't get that question.
Okay, I said pertaining this Tor browser, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, pertaining this Tor browser, can it also be used as a VPN? And we use Opera Mini as VPN sometimes to access of the particular site. Can this also be used as VPN?
Please type it. Please just type the question you're asking. Sorry, I didn't really get you.
What it's asking is that the Tor browser, can we use it in replacement of VPN? That is what it's trying to say.
Can we use it in place of VPN?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you can actually. That one is like, let me say, VPN times 3. Like you have VPN 1, VPN 2, VPN 3. So you can actually use it. Now, people will even tell you that if you like this one is like let's close the windows, close the doors, like for the bad guys. If you really want to like delve into dark web, you want to, let me say, do some bad things. Yeah, do some bad things. Yeah. The idea is that you don't just enter your Tor browser like that. No, use a VPN first. When you use a VPN first, you now enter. So you are actually like multiplying the different layers of security, right? Multiplying the different layers of security. So you can actually use Tor as your VPN, good and fine. You can actually, yeah, whatever, it's all good here. So we call it a day here. I'm going to give you the assignment that you are going to do. It's going to be on OSINT. Please don't look for, okay, just whatever it is you are going to use to get your answer, I would send it to your Google Classroom, and also I'll send it to your Telegram group. Thank you very much for coming to this class. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.